Hey guys, Michael Merula here. Lately, I have been updating character designs from 2021 when I have started making illustrations for my fantasy world. And this video is something I have wanted to do for a long time. I will be talking about how I design my characters for my art book called Unknown World of Ida. Today about Rhean Warriors during the Godfrey's rebellion period. If you don't know what I am talking about, check out my playlist for older worldbuilding videos. Rea, or Ria, was one of my first civilization when I started expanding my world. Before that, there were only the Umbrians and the Silurians. After that, the Rhanians and Argos. All civilizations were somehow connected by the story of Godfrey's rebellion. As you may know from previous videos, the Rheans, like the Silurians, belong to the group of Lemurians, which are basically inspired by Celts in my fantasy world. Since I am looking for inspiration in real history, I imagine the Rheans as Franks from the beginning, so these red-haired Rheans are more like Germanic people than Celts. The name Rhea comes from the combination of the European river Rhine, which accidentally sounds good to me in both in my native language and English, and the name of the princess Rhea Aquila, daughter of the legendary king Tark Aquila. And it was the Rheans who were first allies and then part of the Tarkan Empire, where they founded their own dynasty. After the Tarkan Empire was destroyed, the remaining Rheans fled to the north, established their own small kingdom. All this serves me as background from my lore and the basis for the character design. And this very illustration depicts a late Rhean warrior. As I mentioned, the very original inspiration a few years ago was the Franks during the migration of nations at the end of antiquity. And by great coincidence, the Rheans were also such a migrating people when the Tarkan Empire fell. For the design inspiration, I choose the Germanic Lombards, which in translation means long beards. They too were driven from their homes by Huns and then founded the Kingdom of Lombardy in northern Italy. On the reference image on the left you can see an illustration by Angus MacBride that depicts these Germanic warriors. As for the weapon and armor, I always do combination borrowed from various civilizations with mix of fantasy and my imagination. I don't want to make historically accurate fighters from history, I just want to be inspired by them, but sometimes it doesn't quite work out. On the helmet you can see Rian's long-standing theme, the symbol of the sun. This dates back to ancient times when these people lived in the vast forests and cold mountains around the Eagle Mountain where the sun was scarce. And I also like to use feathers on the helmets, which reminds me of Roman legions from the Republic period. I have never figured out why they fell out of use in Middle Ages, which is great shame in terms of fashion. The Lamellar armor and broad belt is relic from the days when Rheans and Tarkans wore scaled armor in battles. As weapons they use spears with broad spearhead, swords and daggers, called Saxes. During their stay in the north they also learned archery from the Tengri captives. As these nomads excel in the horse archery and it was necessary to reach their level in order for Rhea to survive. The Rheans with limited population and especially small squads of infantry could not match the Tengri raiders, so they often restored it to guerrilla warfare and ambush them when they could. Well, that's probably all for now. Let me know how you like this video and always thank you for your support. I love you all and see you next time.